Hi everybody, Hank Vaiden, Hank's Barbecue here in Columbus, Mississippi. We're going to show you how to do a prime rib for your next big holiday function. All right, so we've got our prime rib here, and what we want to do is set it out. And what we're doing is not only just setting it out, we're kind of bringing it up to an ambient temperature. Now, prime rib, with it being a great cut of meat in its own right, you don't want to really mask the flavor of it. We want to enhance the flavor of it. We're going to enhance the flavor of it with a simple beef mixture that is basically a beef paste, water, and a little salt, pepper, and garlic. We're not masking the flavor of it, we're enhancing the flavor of the beef. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin by starting, and we're going to just inject the internal part of the prime rib, because most of the time when you get a prime rib at any restaurant, it's going to have a really great flavor on the outside, but once you get to the inside of it, it's going to be really beefy but no pow factor. So we're going to give it a little pow factor. You got to remember, the more holes you poke into it, the more places things can escape from it. So you just kind of want to move your needle around and just inject. Try to make as many injections as you can in different spots without taking the needle out. When I use water though, I like to use the distilled water. That way it doesn't have any iron or chlorine or anything that's going to taint the flavor. So what you kind of see me doing is putting 2 holes in it, on the top side of the loin and then on the tail side of the loin, which is going to be like where your spinalis is, but you don't see me poking 10,000 holes in it. And we're not going to put 3 gallons of injection in it. We're going to probably put about 2 cups maybe. Now after we do the injection, we just kind of want to rub it around, make it look really pretty. Then we're going to start out with a pretty simple, this is our all-purpose rub, basically a SPG. Again, you're not overpowering, you're enhancing, but what goes better with beef than salt, pepper, and garlic? And rub is just a word. You don't want to pat it in, you ain't got to rub it in. You don't want to be ugly to it. Be nice to it. And what we're doing is building levels of flavor. So we're going to come back with our prime rib after we use our AP rub. We're going to use the brisket rub. This is exclusively what we use when we're on the road cooking comps. And once we get it rubbed down, what you want to do is just kind of let it sit, let all this stuff start doing its sweating and kind of marry up with the juices and things. And there you go, 1 prime rib ready to go on the smoker. And you see, I like to use a rack. What the rack does, it makes it easier to move the prime rib around. Plus, when you get ready to strain your au jus through the grease strainer, you can just take it out and use your pan and strain it real simply. One of the great new features on the GMGs is the multiple probes. And I like to probe my prime rib on both ends so I can see what's going on. And on prime rib, we're going to do a pretty fast cook. We're going to run it up to about 350 for about an hour, hour and a half, and we'll use the probes to tell us where we're at. All right, now that we've got the prime rib on, we've got the probes in, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the GMG app. We've got a profile set up for this prime rib, and we've got one of our probes to alert us when the temp's 120. We've got the grill set at 350, so we can change the grill temp wherever we need it based on the temps of the probes. All right, so when our loin reaches the set temp of 120 on the smoker internally, what I want to do is I want to shut the smoker down. We're going to let the loin set on the smoker and continue to rest after it's cooled off for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we'll go to the actual cutting of the prime rib. It's one of the cool things, like I said, about handling the prime rib. You've got the rack, makes it really easy. All right, now we've got our prime rib ready. We're ready to do the slice, and we've rested it for a couple hours. Beautiful piece of meat. Let's just not cut it right down the middle like so. We want to go this way. Your well dones are going to be on the outside, and the further you get to the inside is going to be your rares. So you're going to have your wells, your mediums, and then your rare. Like we said, we've got a nice well, and then we're going to skip right on over here and go to the rare. That was money right there. Saw this shit on the food. That is pretty. So right here at the end, before we get ready to serve it, we're going to just kind of drizzle it with a little au jus. Makes it really look good and taste even better. So this is how you do your holiday prime rib on the Green Mountain Grills. Smoked to perfection, ready for the plate.